pretty comfortable to let them do it. So, maybe both schools just thinking, all right, we can get into halftime, maybe, revise our game plan and try and come out better for it in the second half.
Under 2 to go, 2nd down and 9. The first down make is the 38. Wynn on a play action. Wynn going to the near sideline. And it was intended for Brad Sochowski. 3rd time they've targeted him, but Sochowski didn't turn around in time.
No, and sometimes that's just a miscommunication right there. Looked like he was running some sort of a wheel or an out and up, and Jace Whitaker right there in his hip pocket. Sochowski not able to have a shot right there. And so the passing game still having a little bit of trouble getting going.
Got to tell you, I'm surprised by this. I did not think that we would have such a low-scoring affair between 1 and 2, especially since Oceanside, the least amount of points they've scored in a game has been 35. Mission Hills has only given up 28 points. That would be an average of 7 per game in their 4 previous games. A couple of shutouts. Wynn, pressure coming, gets good blocking, and tries to fire it over the middle, intended for Martrell Holmes. And that's incomplete, and now Mission Hills will have to punt it away, 4th and long.
Well, it looked like Holmes was open, but Wynn got bumped as he was trying to throw, and so not able to find Holmes open there in the middle of the field. And talking with Coach Carroll last week, they were up 54-0 against Poway at halftime, and he said that was one of the better halves of football that they've played in Oceanside history, but he said that they've done it before. It's not the best. They're very familiar with that type of success, and so this might be one of the poorer halves of football that they've probably strung together in recent memory for Coach Carroll, like you mentioned earlier.
That is a terrific punt by Centeno, chasing back Cottrell, and Cottrell finally able to fight his way up to the 32-yard line. A heck of a punt, an NFL-type punt right there by that kid.
You're not kidding. When you're netting 40 yards on a punt after a decent return with an athletic returner back there, that's what Coach Hauser was talking about, just changing the game, changing the field position. So now with 1:20 left to go, Matt Romero's thrown 2 interceptions already, might be getting a little gun shy. Oceanside might just try and stick with the run and try and get out of this half. But I know Coach Carroll, he's got faith in his quarterback.
No, this is where Oceanside is particularly dangerous, and we saw this against the Saints. This 2-minute offense here, and they'll have 124. They can move it down the field. And they go with a reverse for the 2nd time, and Cottrell going to throw it as well, and the catch is made right there at midfield. It is Micah Holding. Micah Holder, that is, rather, the senior with the catch. See, that's where they dig down deep into the playbook, and now they're sitting in midfield here in a no-huddle offense.
And they ran a halfback pass for the first play of the game against Saints when we called that game. I mean, they are not scared of pulling everything out.
Romero, a quick throw and another 1st down catch. That's Jace Whitaker. Now all of a sudden they sit at the 38-yard line going in.
Yeah, and a great job delivering that ball through a tight window. You see Warner jumping out there, Holiday in tight coverage, but on time, on point. Great delivery by Romero, and another 1st down. They're moving.
He's not gun shy, having been picked off twice. He gets hit there. The receiver got hit as well, but I think it was out of bounds at the 19-yard line. There is a penalty marker back at the 49-yard line. And Dave Sibick, our referee, will tell us about the infraction. Mission Hills could not afford to have that happen. That's going to cost him 15 yards on the roughing the passer now. And on 3 plays, Oceanside's going to be sitting there 2 yards out, 3 yards out of the red zone.
A great individual effort by Warner. I didn't see the play fully, but it looked like he got a piece of the arm, and the helmet came in there hot. And so Romero off target a little bit, presumably because of the pressure by Warner, and the 15-yard penalty not helping out the Mission Hills cause.
3 plays, they take it from their own 32 down to the 23-yard line of Oceanside as they go no huddle. Romero with Bernard to his left, barking out the signals. And he'll throw over the middle, and a catch is made again by Jace Whitaker. He'll be 2 yards shy of the 1st down, but they're inside the red zone again.
Well, with their ability to move the ball in this drive, you wouldn't be surprised to see perhaps this hurry-up, no-huddle type offense more in the second half, because it seems like Romero's really in a rhythm, and they're moving the ball successfully.
Romero now in trouble. Pocket collapses, and down he goes. Oh, guess who? Fred Warner drives him right into the ground. Oceanside has 3 timeouts. I would assume they're going to use one here. And they do, in fact, call one with 38 seconds to go.
There you go, Warner Brothers. What's up, Doc? A sack. That's what's up. You see right there, able to come through, get in there. Fred Warner feeling it. He said, yeah, penalty? I got a penalty for you. 15 yards forward, 15 yards back.
I mean, that is textbook right there. Shaking off the block of the running back, Josh Bernard, and getting right in to Romero.
And you see that all the time, too. A guy gets penalized, and he's a competitor, and he felt like he was making a good, hard, solid, efforted football play, and he wants to make it up. He wants to get back however he can. And you see right there, Fred Warner able to get in there. Got a little bit of help from a D lineman. Looked like a D lineman got his hands up in the air, obstructed the throwing lane for Romero. Romero had to pull it down, wasn't able to deliver the ball on time, and then Fred Warner made him pay.
And that reminds me a lot of Shamar Jarrett and the way he used to play here about 4 or 5 years ago for the Mission Hills Grizzlies, that play that Fred Warner made. Hey, replays of tonight's game, Saturday, 9 a.m. tomorrow. I know you and I will be watching. Heck, with Division I college football. Then Sunday at 8 p.m., right after the conclusion of 60 minutes.
That's right.
Yep, you'll be getting out of the spa there. And then a replay on the 1st of October. Romero trying to make something out of nothing. Ricky Luchin throws him down. The ball is loose, covered up by Mission Hills. And that is the 3rd turnover of the first half by the Oceanside Pirates.
Well, talked about a bad half of football for Oceanside and some bright spots on that drive, but bad getting worse. No ball security by Romero. His 3rd turnover, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble. And all they had to do was just keep the ball moving. They got Kuntz, who can kick it for days. He's shown the ability to kick 40, 50-yard field goals, but not going to get the opportunity with Romero turning the ball over like that. And so Mission Hills probably going to be content to just try and bleed this thing out. They got a great punter. They got a decent running game. Ricky Luchin will be a hammer in there. And so looking like it very well could be a 6-6 game at halftime and just hanging around.
If they win, that is going to be the drive of the game. I kid you not. And Ricky Luchin got in, stripped the ball, and it was Nate Ostrom, a fellow senior, who fell on it. That was huge.
Exactly, and it's your big-time players that step up, make big-time plays in the big-time games, and that's exactly what you got there.
And win as it goes in and out of the hands of Troy Warner, who's a sophomore.
And the fans begging for a little personal foul. Things getting a little chippy out there. Isaiah Harris just kind of slings the receiver away after a missed catch right there. You see Connor Wynn on time right there, delivering the ball. Looked like just maybe a drop right there by Troy Warner. Not able to do quite as well as his brother did, but that's all right. Still a lot of love in the family, but no love right there by Isaiah Harris, getting hands on and just kind of, like I said, slinging him around.
Hey, you know what? I like that. He didn't know whether the ball's in the grasp of Warner. A run to try and run out the clock here in the final seconds. And I think if you ask Chris Hauser against a team that averages 45 points, if you would be happy tied at 6 at halftime, I would bet you he would say yes 10 times over.
And happy would be the understatement. Ecstatic might even be a little less than what he would say. He would be over the moon. And so right there, Oceanside not going to let him get off the hook, not going to let him run the clock out. He's going to make him execute a long snap and a proper punt and ball handling on the offense here, because the Oceanside defense has shown the ability to really limit the Mission Hills run game, and that's exactly what Mission Hills will likely be doing on this 3rd down.
So on 3rd down and 9, Oceanside spends a timeout. You saw how quickly they could move the football from the 32 right into the red zone on 3 plays before they finally turned it over. And they think, hey, perhaps we can get this thing back, and with a couple of timeouts, you've got guys, if you punt the football away, like a Ty Cottrell that could get one block, get in space, and give you the lead right before half.
But conversely, you've got Esteban Centeno, who's a pretty good kicker. You just tell him, hey, angle kick it out of bounds. It's not worth it. Live to fight another day.
Oceanside is 3-1. Union Tribune preseason #1. They've stayed there the whole time, despite losing in week #2 on their home field against Gardena Serra, who this week was in the top 10 as far as USA Today is concerned. And Connor Wynn taking some time on a 3rd down and 9. They'll run it, and it is Luchin running it about 3 yards shy of the first down, and Oceanside will spend timeout #2, and it will come with 10 seconds to go before halftime, and that will force Mission Hills to punt the football away.
And you've seen Centeno's boot. I'd say you put it up at the very least.
I kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, and I was going to say at the very least, just kick the ball in numbers, angle kick it, direct all the traffic that way. You don't want to let the returner get, all squirrely back there. Ty Cottrell, all sorts of ability. Any guy they put back there They've got great skill position players, guys that can really make things happen. Don't give them a chance.
Yeah, well, they have 4 Division I signees and perhaps a 5th, and 4 guys who have signed are all guys that are, special kids, athletes on offense and defense that can make plays. Yeah, kick it away.
I don't know what kind of statement this is, Steve, but my high school hasn't had 4 scholarship recipients in the last 20 years. Oceanside's got 4 this year.
Well, we want to remind you, Tuesday on SoCal 101 HD, it's an all-new episode of Time Warner Cable's on campus from the historic campus of Roosevelt High School in Los Angeles. Learn more about the rich history of the Rough Riders and its surrounding community. Plus, features on a top defensive recruit at St. John Bosco, a Sarah grad recently drafted by the New York Mets, and more. It's an all-new episode of On Campus, Tuesday night at 8, right here on SoCal 101 HD. Back alongside JT Rogan, I'm Steve Quiss. We're at Jack Ashby Field in San Marcos, California. Mission Hills High School. There's the #1 rated team in San Diego at 3-1 Oceanside. And second-ranked Mission Hills, who runs back on the field. And they're going to run a play rather than punt it.
Now, just trying to get the first down, the fake right here, all the hard counts, everything like that. They're prepared to call a timeout. And this is just gamesmanship right here. It's like, you're going to make me punt it? Well, I'm going to make you sweat a little bit, run from the other side of the field. This is just 2 wily coaches just pulling some antics and tricks. You see Connor had a little bit of a wry smile there, too.
Yeah, it's funny. Somebody slipped there, too, one of the offensive linemen.
They'll hear about that, too. That's funny to see. That's, they'll talk about, oh, my God, you remember when he slipped over there? Yeah, exactly.
Gamesmanship here in the final 10 seconds.
It doesn't seem like there's too much love lost between these 2 teams. Coach Carroll said, yeah, every team's got a rivalry with us. Coach Hauser's like, yeah, we played them a lot. We want to beat them. We played them to a tie. And so Coach Hauser talks about the tie, and Coach Carroll talks about the wins. And those are just 2 different ideologies right there in terms of this matchup.
I want to remind you, coming up next Thursday at 8, Game Changers tells the inspiring stories of high school coaches that have changed their schools, their sport, and the lives of their players. Next week, it's Notre Dame football's Kevin Rooney, Northview's wrestling coach David Ochoa, and Simi Valley cross-country coach Roger Evans. Game Changers, Thursdays at 8, right here on SoCal 101 HD. That's a nice shot here. We also have Air Time Warner Cable somewhere up and above. Not sure if we can fly it after 8 o'clock.
No fly zone.
Now they are going to kick it right in the middle, and it bounces away from Cottrell. Whitaker has it, gets a big block, and gets brought down at the 30-yard line. Oh, my goodness, a huge block by Elijah Holder. And a Mission Hills player is down as a result. And the clock runs out.
And that was avoidable. You don't have to do that. That looks like that could be Ricky Luchin down there. No, not Ricky Luchin. Number 46, Justin Teai, just a sophomore. Welcome to the big show. You're playing against the #1 team in the county.
That's right. And what a first half of play. We've had a 44-yard field goal and a 50-yard field goal by Mission Hills. Ty Cottrell, the only touchdown of the game, a short little 3-yard run, and 3 turnovers in the ball game. Very uncharacteristic of Oceanside. It looks like Allie Strum is ready to go on the field with Chris Hauser, the head coach in Mission Hills. Allie?
All right, Coach Hauser, exciting win this far. What are you looking to do for the next half?
Hopefully eliminate gosh darn penalties so that we can enjoy some proper field position. I feel like we're playing against another team night, and I'm really frustrated. By golly, so many major penalties against us has pushed us back. We're going to fix that, so we're not going to lose that much yards anymore. We're going to continue to play with great intensity, great passion and heart and love, and we're going to get this thing.
No, definitely, and Connor's played very impressively thus far. Are we going to see the ball in his hands even more within the second half?
No doubt about it. It's going to stay in 12's hand, and we're going to win with him tonight.
All right, thank you so much, Coach.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Allie, thank you very much. Chris Hauser in his 9th season here. He won a CIF championship with the Vista Panthers along the 78 corridor, trying to do what no other Mission Hills Grizzlies team has done before, and that would be beat Oceanside, the #1 ranked Pirates, to the #2 ranked Mission Hills Grizzlies, tied at 6 at the half.